Good evening, and welcome back to the Velvet Past. Tonight, there is nowhere you need to be. So let your shoulders drop, let the day go, and let me take you somewhere old and quiet. Tonight, we are going to spend a night inside a medieval castle. Not in the middle of a battle, not in a storm, just a slow, ordinary evening 800 years ago, behind walls of grey stone. Settle in. Close your eyes if you like. There is no hurry at all. Picture a valley in the north of Europe, sometime in the 1200s. The sun has already slipped behind the hills, and the sky has turned the soft color of ash and rose. In the distance, on a low green rise above a river, stands the castle. From here it is only a dark shape against the last of the light. Square towers, a long wall, a thin banner hanging still in the windless air. A single thread of smoke rises from somewhere inside, straight up into the calm evening sky. Let us walk toward it slowly, along the dirt road that follows the river. The ground is soft after rain. On either side there are fields, cut and quiet, and a few sheep settling down for the night under a hawthorn tree. The air smells of wet earth and wood smoke. Somewhere, a single bird is singing its last song of the day, and then it, too, falls silent. As we come closer, the castle grows. What looked like a small grey shape becomes a great wall, taller than the tallest tree, built from thousands of blocks of pale stone. Each block was cut by hand, carried here by cart and by river, and lifted into place with rope and timber cranes over many long years. Run your eyes along the top of the wall. You can see the notched edge, the pattern of high stone and low gap, where guards could stand and look out over the whole valley. But there is no danger tonight. The guards are leaning on their spears, talking softly, watching the river turn silver under the rising moon. We reach the gate. It is set deep within the wall, under a heavy stone arch. There is a wooden bridge across a ditch, and the gate itself is two great doors of oak, bound with iron, standing half open for the last travellers of the day. Above them hangs the portcullis, an iron grate raised up into the stone, waiting quietly. We pass beneath it. The stone above us is cool and close, and for a moment our footsteps echo. And then we are through, and inside. Inside the walls there is a wide open yard called the bailey. The ground is packed earth and worn cobbles. Around the edges, built against the inside of the wall, are all the small buildings that make a castle a kind of village. The stables, the kitchens, the workshops, the storerooms. Lamps and candles are being lit, one by one, in little windows. The yard is settling into evening. A boy is leading two tired horses toward the stable. A woman crosses with a basket of bread. Two dogs lie near a doorway, half asleep, one paw twitching in a dream. Let us begin at the stables, where it is warm and dark and smells of hay. The horses have been fed and brushed, and they stand quietly in their stalls, shifting their weight, breathing slow. A stable boy sits on an upturned bucket in the corner, almost asleep himself, a piece of bread in his hand. The great war horses, so fierce in daylight, look gentle now in the lamplight, their long faces calm, their eyes half closed. One of them lowers its head and lets out a long, soft breath. Outside, the last light is fading from the sky. Now let us cross the yard toward the kitchens, where the best warmth in the whole castle can be found. The kitchen is a busy, glowing room, with a great open fire at one end and a huge iron pot hanging over it. The cook has been working since before dawn, and the day's great meal is long over. But the fire is still banked and warm, and something is simmering slowly for the morning. The air is thick with the smell of bread and broth and herbs hung drying from the beams. A young girl is wiping down a long wooden table. In the corner, a cat sits by the hearth, perfectly content, watching the flames with sleepy golden eyes. Medieval castles were not just fortresses. They were homes and workplaces and small, self-contained worlds. Everything a person needed had to be made or stored within these walls. So all around us, in the quiet of the evening, are the signs of that daily work now coming to rest. In the brew house, Great barrels of ale stand cooling in the dark. In the bakehouse, the ovens are still faintly warm, and the last loaves sit under clean cloth. In the storerooms, sacks of grain and beans are stacked to the ceiling, and hams and dried fish hang from hooks, and everything is quiet, and everything is waiting for the morning. Let us step back out into the yard. The sky above the walls is deep blue now, almost black, and the first stars are out. The moon has risen higher, and it pours a soft silver light down into the bailey. Our breath makes a little mist in the cool air. From somewhere high above, we hear the faint sound of music. Someone is playing a lute, slow and simple, a few notes drifting down from a window in the great tower. Let us follow that sound. The great tower, the keep, is the heart of the castle. It is the tallest and strongest building, the place where the Lord and his family live, and the place where everyone would gather if there were ever real danger. But tonight there is no danger, and the keep is simply a warm, tall house of stone. We go in through a low door and begin to climb a narrow spiral stair. The steps curve up and up, worn smooth in the middle by many years of feet. A torch burns in an iron holder, and our shadows stretch and turn on the curved wall as we climb. It is very quiet, just our footsteps and that soft music drifting down from above. At the top of the stair, we come out into the great hall. This is the largest room in the castle, long and high, with a wooden roof held up by great curved beams. A fire burns in a wide stone fireplace along one wall, and its light dances on the walls, which are hung with woven cloths, tapestries, showing forests and hunts and gardens full of flowers. The floor is strewn with fresh rushes and sweet herbs, so that every footstep releases a faint green smell of meadow. Long tables have been cleared after the evening meal and pushed back against the walls. The great hall is emptying and settling and growing calm. A few people still linger near the fire. An old man dozes in a heavy chair, his hands folded in his lap. Two children sit close to the hearth, listening to a story that is slowly winding down. And in the corner, the musician plays that quiet lute, his eyes half closed, in no hurry to finish. The music is gentle and repeating, like something you have heard before, in a dream. Let it wash over you. Let it slow your breathing. There is nothing here but warmth and firelight and old, soft music. Let us leave the hall now and climb just a little higher, up another turn of the stair, to a small chamber near the top of the tower. This is a sleeping room. It is simple and calm. There is a bed with heavy curtains drawn back, piled with woolen blankets and furs. There is a narrow window, its wooden shutter open just a little, letting in a thin bar of moonlight and the cool night air. A single candle burns low on the wooden chest. The stone walls, so cold and hard from the outside, are hung here with warm cloth, and the room feels safe and small and quiet, like the inside of a shell. Go to the window for a moment. Look out. Below us, the whole castle is laid out in the moonlight. The yard, the low buildings, the long wall with its notched top, and here and there the small orange glow of a torch or a candle. Beyond the wall lies the sleeping valley, the silver river, the dark fields, the low hills. Everything is still. A soft wind moves across the land and then settles. Far off, an owl calls once and then is quiet. The world is going to sleep, and so is the castle, and so, soon, are you. Think for a moment of all the people resting within these walls tonight. The lord and lady in their chamber, the knights in their quarters, their armor set aside, their swords leaning in the corner. The cook asleep near the warm kitchen fire, the stable boy curled in the hay beside the horses, the guards on the wall watching the quiet stars. All of them, from the greatest to the smallest, sheltered by the same grey stone, under the same wide sky. For all its strength, a castle at night is a gentle thing. It holds its people close and keeps them safe, and asks nothing of them but rest. These stones will stand for a very long time. Long after the people sleeping here tonight are gone, the walls will remain. Rain will fall on them, and snow, and centuries of sunlight. Ivy will climb them. Birds will nest in the high towers. And on some far distant evening, long after everything has changed, someone may walk up to these same walls in the fading light and rest a hand on the cool stone and feel, just for a moment, how old and how patient it is. But that is all far away. Tonight, the castle is alive and warm and quiet and full of sleeping breath. Let us go back to the little chamber near the top of the tower. The candle has burned lower now. The bar of moonlight has crept slowly across the floor. The music from the hall below has finally stopped, and the whole castle is silent. But for the soft settling of stone and timber, and the far, faint sound of the river. The bed is deep and warm. The blankets are heavy and soft. There is nowhere to go and nothing to do, and no one who needs you. There is only the quiet and the dark and rest. So let your body grow heavy now, the way the castle grows heavy and still at the end of its long day. Let your breathing slow, in and out, like a soft wind moving over old walls. Let every thought you are still holding simply set itself down, the way the guards set down their spears, the way the cook banks the fire, the way the whole valley lets go of the light and gives itself over to the night. You are safe. You are warm. The walls are thick and the night is calm, and there is nothing left to do but sleep. The candle gutters and goes out. The last star turns slowly overhead, and the old grey castle holds you gently through the dark until morning. Sleep well, and I will see you next time, here in the Velvet Past.